Hey. Welcome to Watcher DM. I'm Gabriel, and yeah, I am going to go ahead and stream some prep for my A2 Old School Essentials game. Double check that everything is working here. So this is like my first or second time doing this, so bear with me. All right, yeah, looks about right to me. All right, let's dig right in. So, last week, when my party ran through here, they hit a snag. This up here. So they came in through the hill fort. They came in through 2. So through 2A here. They went into 2B, immediately went down 2C, hit these traps, and then they came out into the 5, into 5. They came rolling through 5, hit the Ankeg, dealt with it, they fought it, killed it, and then they managed to pass through 6 undetected by the hobgoblins above. Then they traveled over here to 7B, and they went into the guardhouse. Now, when they went into the guardhouse bunk, yeah. Covered spy hole at eye level, locked with no exterior keyhole. Noise pulls hobgoblin guards from 8A. What is password? There is none. My party got this right. They didn't give a password, and they were let in. They killed the poor bastard who let them in. They ran up to 8A, killed the hobgoblin here. So there were 2 hobgoblins here. They're both dead at this point. And then they decided to go straight up through the trapdoor. The trapdoor leads to 9C, this room, which has 11 hobgoblin guards and 1 hobgoblin leader, as well as a small dog. Now, in the original version of this adventure, this is a wolf pup. And I don't know why, but for some reason I was like, oh, wolf pup counts as a kid, like, can't harm it. I'll make it a small dog, like a small annoying dog. Like, that would be okay to harm. But we also have rules against harming domesticated animals. So there was no shot that this dog was going to get hurt. And in fact, my player Madison, who played my cleric Gerald this session, immediately was like, oh, I'm saving the dog. That's just happening. The dog is coming with me. So we sorted out getting the dog over to Gerald, which was super fun because it got me a chance to roll on the dogs table in Knock issue 5. So if you have Knock issue 5, there's horses, mules, and donkeys, and then a dogs table with really fun combinations of things. And I got Ergo, the former familiar. He can cast, I think, command word sit and summon rabbit once per week or something like that. It's really fun. But unfortunately, to deal with this room, the party had the wizard with their wand of fireball launch a fireball up there, which roached the room, but it also alerted like a lot of the fort to what was going on. So enemies started arriving pretty quickly, and because they hadn't gone through the rest of 8, they ended up pulling Gorbin Stallworth and Cairn into this up through 9B, and then over across 9A and into 9C, where they were kind of trying to fortify. So they ended up fighting a bunch of mobs here in 9C until the wizard went down. So Agabald died. And ultimately, Gwendolyn our elf paladin also died before the remaining 3 party members surrendered and were taken captive. Now, the adventure kind of accounts for this a bit. It basically says, let's see here. So I think this is a hill fort strategy bit. Once the fort is alerted, guards and barracks will spend 1 turn donning armor and preparing for battle. Prepared guards will move to block ground level entrances to all buildings. Guards on the walls will harass invaders with missile fire. The fort strategy is basically defensive and attempts to delay the party as much as possible. If the party surrenders to the garrison, they will be disarmed and their magic items, weapons, and armor confiscated. Once the party members have been rendered harmless, Marquesa will question them as to what they know of slaver activities, using all means necessary or available, including torture, if necessary. Once she has learned everything she can, Marquesa will immediately kill all spellcasters if these can be identified and send the other party members to Dungeon Area 28C, the Caveling Lair, where it is assumed that the mad Cavelings will kill them for meat. So, that's what we're doing. Our next game will start not in the hill fort, but in the dungeon in 28C. Now, the question I posed to Reddit this last week, because I was interested to see what the grognards on Reddit would say about this. Go find that here. I gotta find my post. I must find my post. Yeah, here we go. And I'm going to switch over to my browser. And this was my post here. So I ran my OSE A2 game, and I just asked, where would you put the treasure? Basically, all the items that my party lost. So a couple people, said some pretty normal things, like without knowing what the rooms are, which fine. But if you don't know what the rooms are, feel free not to answer. A2 is a knowable adventure, like it's been out there for a while. So if the local boss is a hoarder in the horde, it's a pretty generic answer. If room 23 is a dining hall or communal area, it could be found there with a couple low-level enemies cataloging it or something similar. Depending on the shape your party is in after the escape, you could even have an automatic morale failure for whomever is going over their gear, so they flee immediately. So I thought this was a really cool answer because it kind of puts it gives the party an advantage to getting their stuff back in 23. And then if they take too long getting there, then I can see it not being in there. So it kind of allows the place to evolve. So one of the next answers, I think, was, let me see here. Carlos Lissig's, yeah, okay. So this guy like kind of went hard, picking out a bunch of places where things could be. But there was one, I think this one right here, 29 for armor, 24 for weapons, 27 for magic items. Everything else is distributed. And I really liked this answer because I think, first of all, it's succinct, which I am a fan of brevity. So let's grab this answer here. And then we're just going to go back to, get out of here, Copilot. Nobody wants you. Go back to my D&D prep. And we're going to go back to these things. And, so 2 long tables, rows of benches, filthy goblin dining hall. I'm gonna say like 5 goblins, and yeah, we'll just at goblin. Are tasked with sorting the party's captured equipment. A guard supervises party's equipment is here for 24 hours after game start. 24 hours is probably too long. Let's do 8 hours. Yeah, that should be fine. And then here we'll just say, oops. Yeah, probably clicked the wrong thing. So we'll just do after 29 for armor, 24 for weapons. Now, why did he say weapons would go in 24? Let's see here. I see. And 29 is Witch Doctor's quarters. I think, you know what? I think the armorer's quarters are upstairs. So they wouldn't be up there. Maybe that isn't a great answer. 27 is the latrines. Nobody's putting magic items in the latrines. Okay, so we're going to have to switch these up a bit. I think... Let's see here. That's Icar's entryway. I feel like they could be just kind of located in the specialists' quarters. Yeah, these are looking pretty good. Engineer. What do I have this guy? Carl Star. You know, I haven't done the stat blocks for down here yet. That's got to happen now, right? That needs to be what today's thing is. I need to be doing that now. Okay, so let's just do that now. I can deal with the treasure later. For right now, I need to deal with the fact that the party is going to be down here, and they are going to be interacting with all this stuff. These people don't have stat blocks, I'm pretty sure. See here, 28. Okay, 28A and B, safe cells. These are 20-foot square and are filled with slaves. Boom, 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 boom. Doesn't say much. Great. Okay, so then we go to that's safe cells here, which don't have stat blocks. And then we go to the Caveling Temple. This is actually where people are going to be first and foremost. So let's add. Can I open? I want to open this campaign database. And we're going to add mouth. Caveling. So one of the cool things about this is that the party is actually going to be joined by a couple of cavelings. At least 2 of the new party members have mutations because they are cavelings. Okay, Mouth doesn't have any attacks, so he doesn't have any damage. There's 1 hit die, 5 hit points, and he can move 9. Cool. All right, so that's Mouth. Let's add Mouth. North wall, large hole, leads to cave. Thrice cursed messenger spits on intruders. And I think, okay. Interesting. Okay, so here we have, this is amazing. DM's creation. Go ahead and just make up a caveling. NBD, figure out the stat blocks on your own, bro. Doesn't matter. Thanks. Okay, so we'll come back here. We'll do cave beetle. Because those are statted out here. So AC is 14. Attack is 1. 1d6. 2 plus 2 hit die. For hit points on 2d2 hit die. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just roll it. Do I have another d8 here? I do. Okay. Wow, geez, twice in a row. Okay, so 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 hit points. I think I'll give him 11 just to be Cave Beetle. 11 hit points. Seems about right. 12 movement. Don't need to worry about the rest of that. And here we at Cave Beetle. Pitfall, dripping water, giant rats. New giant rat. AC 12. Attack 1. 1d3. Hit die 1/2. Hit points are going to be like, I guess like 3, 2 or 3. It's not much. Half a hit die. It ain't much. Let's see here. Channel. Reset this. I'll have to deal with all that later. Okie dokie. All right. Is there anything else for giant rat? We need 12 movement. That's fine. And cool. Giant centipedes. It's going to be AC 10. Attack 1. Damage is poison. Let me grab my book real quick. Actually, you know what? Maybe I've got the, I think I've got the PDF for OSE pretty handy here. Let me grab it. Let's see here. Dropbox. Family room, RPGs. Right, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for old school essentials. Old School Essentials. And we're looking for, I think, just the basic rule set, right? So I need the maybe I put it in player resources. Fantasy, classic fantasy, cool. And let's go. Let's see. Does this have? It does. Oh, amazing. Let's go find Giant Centipede. Perfect. Collapse that. Giant Centipede. Poison. Causes victim to become horribly sick for 10 days. No physical activity possible. I think this is the same. Let's pull this up here. So let's just check this again. Centipede. Okay, so it's this quarter hit die, which is just kind of stupid. But whatever, we're giving it 2 hit points. It only does poison, which is fine. I think that's about it, other than its movement, which is 15. Yeah, that's 60. Okay, that's fine. Save as, don't care about that, don't care about that. Poison. You know what? I'm just gonna copy this from this book and put it right in place here. Okay. Centipede. Sound is heard. Fungus, stone chips, cave spiders. Let's go look at cave spider. Here. Okay. Put this up here. Cave spider is going to be AC 11. What is this? 1 attack. Does 1 plus poison. Hit die is 1 plus 1. And hit points for 1 plus 1. I'm just going to roll it. 7 plus 1 is 8. That feels kind of rude, but whatever. The dice don't lie. Got some tough cave spiders in here. Movement for these is 6/15. I think that's because they climb it, maybe. Save as 1 hit die plus 2. Fine. And then cave spider, poison, kind of same question. They don't really tell you what the poisons do. So this is almost certainly going to be under spider. Spider giant. These are giant spiders. It's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for regular spiders. Interesting. Yeah, these are all big beefy spiders. This is just kind of a small spider. Maybe I don't have that. Let's search one more document, because I do have the Advanced D&D Monsters Manual for first edition that I picked up for reasons from drive-through. Shrink this down. Does this have bookmarks? Hell yeah, it does. No cave spider there. Down here it's spiders, maybe. Spider. Interesting. Giant spider, huge spider, large spider, face spider, water giant spider. None of these say cave spider. Yeah, geez. I think they'll just have the same poison as the giant centipede then. Giant centipede. Okay. All right, last but not least, cave lizard. And these are AC 14, attack 1, 1d8, hit die 3 plus 1. Hit points. Let's do so. 5 and 5 is 10. 3 is 13. Plus 1 is 14 hit points. Movement 15. Seems good. Okay. So that's all the random encounters statted up, which is great. The cavelings are tribal. They got a caste system. They're mad. I guess it says here that there's a typical caveling stat block. So I'm going to put the caveling stat block in and reference it. So it's armor class 9. Attack 1. Damage. Okay. 1d2 plus 2 or 1d6 plus 2. Stone club. Seems legit. Hit die. Thanks. 1, 2, or 3. That's useful. Thanks, man. Okay, so hit points, I guess. We'll just, so 5, 11, or, I'm going to make this one 13. Oh, right, because it can't be that. It can't be any of those things, because this is a number. Thanks. All right, we're going to make the property text. What was it? It's 5, 11, or 13. Fine. Movement for a caveling is 12. All that stuff is unimportant. Hold on a sec. Heard the doorbell. I wanted to check if it was a package. But it is, but it's not for me. It's just fine. Okay. So that's a typical caveling. It looks like the Rat Master is a specific caveling. So we'll make him real quick. And he is going to be AC 10, I guess. says due to dexterity, which is so silly. 1 damage is 1d4. Hit dice is 1. Hit points is 5. Movement is 12. Can talk to rats and command them to forage for him. Cool. So he's got prestige with the cavelings. And then there are... Do I already have giant rats? Giant rat, I do. Cool. And these giant rats are the same giant rats? If they're not, it doesn't matter. I'm not changing the giant rat. He has a rusty dagger. Fine. Chief Hunter is Raker. Okay, let's add Raker. Should I also put that he is a caveling here? Or maybe I should just tag them with caveling in their type or tags here. Yeah, that's probably the right thing to do. I can go get rid of those other ones. AC 8 is AC 11 in ascending armor class. Number of attacks from Raker is 1. 1d4 with the spines on his arms. Arm spines. Raker has 2 hit die, 9 hit points. And movement is 15. Okay. 3 legs. Tripod style. And spines on his arms. 2 feet long. Go get him, Raker. Okay. Let's put some of the stuff in here. So caveling. So I have stat block on hand. Workers cave, I think. It's fine. Okay, Rat Master here. Also, let's go in here. Let's blow this away. And let's put tag caveling. Cool. Whoops. Back. And then giant rat. Cool. All hooting at 2 cave beetles. They've heard into the cave. This guy is Raker. Okay, great. All right, on to the Thinker's Cave. Hopefully, the party is going to hang out in the Caveling's Cave for a while. This inner Marquesa stuff is so whack. Poking and prodding a terrified woman. Yeah. It's fine. I guess that's fine. Make these changes. Those are acceptable. Missing a hand. Replaced with a bony spear. All right. So we're in the leaders, and this is the Thinker's Cave. Thinker's Cave. There are 9 thinkers, cavelings. There's also 1 warrior and a caveling, and the caveling ruler herself. Hates all intruders. The thinkers are examining this demand. Inner Marquesa has only 3 fingers on each hand. She was okay. So Inner Marquesa needs stat block. And I think she has AC 6, so that's 13. 1 attack, 1d2 white. 2 hit die, 7 hit points, moves 12. Not gonna write the rest about her. She's already pretty well expressed over here. So that. And then Jabber is her lover. With AC 10, so it's AC 9 here, 1 armor, or 1 attack, d6 damage, 3 hit dice, 18 hit points, movement 12. Great. Okay. So, Jabber. Into the Warrior's Cave. 11 warriors. Cavelings. And then Snatcher. Put in here. Snatcher. If I have time, I would actually really enjoy making like a little table of generators for these little cabling people. I know that it's terrible. Like it's such a waste of time. But I don't know. Seems like it'd be fun. 2 attacks, 1d6 plus 2 each. Realistically, I think the way that they put that in books is usually like that. Hit die for this guy is 3. Hit points is 20. And movement is 9. Okay. So that's Snatcher. Leader's Cave. 4 leaders sitting around. All except Whisper as their spokesman. Whisper has an enlarged head, a small sphincter-like mouth, and tentacles with suckers instead of arms. Classic. Sphincter Tentacle Man. So I think we'll just write this up as Whisper. AC 9. Attack 2. 1d3 slash 1d3. Hit dice 2. Why don't they tell you how many hit points? It's so weird. They do for some, and then they just totally don't for others. 11 hit points is great. Movement is 12. Save as unimportant. Telepathy. Then, yeah. Whisper. Cool. All right. Well, that knocks out 28C, and 28B was just safe cells. And then I think D through U don't have stat blocks. They just don't. And then V, Overseers, 7 Overseers. Now the question is, are these overseers any different than our normal hobgoblin guards? And goblins. Do I have the goblins in here? GH? I do. Goblin. So these are hobgoblins. Where's hobgoblin guards? Yeah, this seems right. Yeah, this seems right. These are just hobgoblin guards. Perfect. Oh. Whoa. That was weird. And, oh, these are null. Interesting. It's fine. Gnolls, hobgoblin, guards. Gucci. This office contains 2 tables, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's all fine. You know, it actually wouldn't be unheard of to just have them doing this sorting, right? It's almost literally the same. Like, yeah, it's the same. I'm moving it over there. I think the best place for it to be is 28. It puts it... Whoa, what just happened? Thank you. It puts it within reach of the party. It puts it, like, in the best spot for them to access. That's fine. All right. I think Gwillette. Do we have her yet? Brazers. I do. I think. Okay, I don't have her in here yet. Let's just put her stats in so that they're done. 1 attack, 1d12. Hit dice. What's her hit dice, Colette? Oh, right. She's a 4/4. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of dumb, I guess. M4C4. With 10 hit points. Why not? We're just making up numbers. Fuck it. Okay, closing Goulet. Gouliette. So that's the Witch Doctor. 30 Marquesas Chamber. I think we got... Okay, I think this is another one where probably don't have her stats up here yet. Let's put them in. 17, 2, or 3 sometimes. Probably depends on what she's using, I guess. The leader of the hill fort. Blah, blah. Damage by weapon. Okay. Hit die. M5, fighter 5. Hit points 35. Movement 12. Oh, sub by weapon. That's fine. We'll get her loaded up with a weapon, I guess. Alright, so that's Marquesa. Oh, interesting. Oh, no, okay, so these are 2 gnolls. And the gnolls are dealing with... They've got halberds, right? So... Oh, my bad. These are pointed to the old gnolls. This is pointed to the old gnolls. That's my bad. Nope, wrong one. Gnoll against the slaver. Yeah. That's the one. I don't think... Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. That's fine. Marquesa's double chamber. Sitting at the table is the false Marquesa. I think she just has the same stat blocks. Oh no, she totally doesn't. She is way easier to kill. Oh man. All right. Cool. Classic. Let's go back. And we'll go over here and we'll add a. So this place has 3 Marquesas, an inner Marquesa, an outer Marquesa, and a false outer Marquesa. She is armor class 12, has 1 attack. It does d6 damage. Hit dice 2/2, hit points 8, movement 9. Okay. No other stat blocks on that. So let's do this. False Marquesa. Cool. Bodyguard's exercise room. All right, I got 14 minutes left. Let's knock this out. This elf is another experiment of Marquesa. So I guess we'll just call him Bodyguard. And he has 14 armor class, 2 attacks, 1d8 plus 3. I'm going to say he has 2 hit die because it says he has a +2 to hit. So I'm just going to use that. He has 21 hit points. Fine. He moves on 9. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about his stats, bro. This isn't a PC. What are we doing? Muscular. I guess elf. Bodyguard. Fighting in love with false Marquesa. Okay. Interesting. Am I high? Okay. It's super weird. And then they're just like, oh, there's a caveat here. He gets better armor class if... Whatever. It'll be fine. Alright, so bodyguard's quarters are empty. They don't have any creatures in them anyway. This Minotaur is going to need to go, because I need the real Minotaur stat blocks for... Minotaur... AC 14, attacks 1. Why does it say like 1 or 2? Like what is the distinction there? 2d4/1d4? Or, oh, I see. Okay, I see. 2d4 plus 2. So if he's using his Morning Star, he gets 1 attack. If he's probably goring, he gets to attack with 2 horns. And they do slightly different damage. 6 plus 3 hit die. But 30 hit points. Man, that does not seem like a lot of hit points for a 6 hit die monster. To me. To me. The hell do I know? At Minotaur... The saber die, man. They're gonna be so mad when they get freaking roached by a saber die. You're like, what the fuck, dude? Not fair, bro. Like, yeah, I know. It sucks. Who asked me to run this thing again? You did. Blame yourselves. There's a 10% chance that the slithering tracker. The fuck is a slithering tracker? There is a slithering tracker in the bottom of one bin that is locked. Yeah. Okay. One slithering tracker. Let's do it. Let's add it. It was in there. The notes. The notes don't lie. Slithering tracker. AC for a slithering tracker is 14. It does one. Okay, attack. Save versus paralyze. Fine. Hit die 5 hit points. See, this has more hit points than the fucking Minotaur. More hit points than the Minotaur. What is it? It's a slithering tracker. It's a transparent, semi-transparent gel. Okay. Whatever, man. The original writers of D&D, I guess, and they knew things that I don't. Seems bad. Seems like bad design. 10% to attack otherwise, plays dead, and paralyzes sleeping adventurers. I actually don't know what this means. Act inert, and when the party's sleeping, it will follow. Yeah, okay, fine. That's a fine way to write that. It's not great, but serves the purpose. No stat blocks in Marques's private chamber, thank God. Escape tunnel has no stat blocks in it. Exit tunnel has no stat blocks in it. Underground cavern. Ignore this room. Doesn't matter. A way to get to the Underdark. Currently unavailable. Right. This is a area that I actually explicitly am cutting off because I don't want to deal with it. And then Hobgoblin guards, which I can put here. Right in guard. It's fine. Underground river 36. Okay, cool. So I have everything from 28 through to the end. So if the party only goes forward, I've got the stat blocks in place. The next thing I need to do is go back through from 28 C. Well, 28. I think the rest of these are empty. And put in stat blocks for. Whoops. Oops. Man. I'm clicking around real bad. I got the clickies. See, like, yeah, this is gonna be, this points to my normal 5e stat blocks. And I have put in the right stat blocks. So I just need to get these cleaned up. Goblin. Can I do it in 6 minutes? Can it be done? Military pick. Okay, Carl Starr. This guy right here. This is actually the one I was worried about. Engineer's quarters, because all these specialty quarters are weird. And I think they all have their own stat blocks for little nerds. Yeah, Carl Starr, here he is. Okay, put a stat block in. We gotta do it. Bonk. Bonk. Carl Starr. Wirefither. Marble mouth that shit. He is a level 3 fighter. Yeah, it's damage by weapon. Classic. Doesn't tell you what weapon he has either, right? Hit die 3, 15 hit points, movement Doesn't say. He's getting a 12. Dope. And we'll put him in here. Carl Star. All right. Sweet, sweet, sweet. That was 25A. 25B. What do we got here? Alchemist. Findex. Slap Findex in here too. Okay, there's no way I'm gonna finish this now. I'm gonna have to do another pass. 9 hit die, attack 1, 1d4, hit die 0, 3 hit points, movement again a 12, not provided. It's fine. Collapse that back here at Findex. Boom, 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 boom. Close. Bugbear's quarters. Actually, don't know. Okay. So I have not written any bugbears in. I haven't done any bugbear stop blocks yet in this. Bugbear. AC 14, attack 1, 2d4, hit die 3 plus 1, hit points 15, movement 9. Cool. And at Bugbear. Great. Nailed it. We good over here? What are you buzzing about? Buzz me. Don't buzz me, bro. All right, the Scribe, Kivin Trist. Oops. AC 9. Number of attacks 1, 1d6. Hit die 0, hit points 2, movement 12, I guess. Maybe it should be 9. I don't know. Not gonna worry about it too much. Kevin. Werewolves. Okay, I don't think I actually have the werewolf stat blocks in here. I definitely need to put those in. Werewolf. AC is 14. Attack is 1. 2d4. Hit die is 4 plus 3. 21 hit points each. 15 movement. Only harmed by silver or magic weapons. Easy peasy. Then we bonk this out. Werewolf. Cool. 3 werewolves live here. I love it. Blackthorn I have. Marquesa I have. I think Blackthorn might be one of those squirrely ones too. Oh no, I put it in there. Great. Black and Bows. All right, and then the treasure room, which can only be accessed by somebody with gaseous bullshit. So, you know, good luck with that. Let's take a look at 24 real quick. Kitchen. Yeah, it's got stat blocks. Okay. We're done. I got as far as I could. I need to go 24 back through 1 in the dungeon to get all the rest of the stat blocks updated and put into the database. If you enjoyed prepping this with me, I hope you will hit the like button and subscribe or whatever. Hit a bell, do a thing. Go to patreon.com/watcherdm if you want to get access to this document when it is done. I'm going to publish it there for patrons only. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the support. Go to watcherdm.com, pick up adventures if you want any. And thank you for playing. Peace.